Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
One introduction. There is a sickness called Alzheimer's disease. It is a problem that affects a person's brain. When someone has this sickness, they start to have trouble with their memory. They might forget names of people they know well, like family or good friends. They may also forget where they put everyday things such as keys or glasses. Simple actions like making a cup of tea or reading a book can become very hard to do. This sickness slowly takes away these important abilities. This sickness also makes thinking difficult. People might find it hard to plan their day or make simple decisions. It can be hard for them to understand new information. Over time, these problems often become worse. It is not easy for the person who has the sickness, and it is also very hard for their family and friends. Seeing someone you love lose their memories is a very sad experience. For a long time, doctors and scientists have worked to find a cure. This has been a very big challenge. It was hard to find ways to stop the sickness from getting worse. Families often felt sad and without much hope. They saw their loved ones change and they wanted a way to help. The journey for people with this sickness and their caregivers can be long and difficult, often lasting many years. But now, new science is starting to bring a feeling of hope. Scientists are exploring new ideas. They are looking at very smart and special ways to fight Alzheimer's disease. These new kinds of research are important. They suggest that one day we might be able to help people more. Perhaps we can slow the sickness down. Maybe we can even stop it from taking away memories and thinking skills. This new work is a light for the future, offering a chance for a better tomorrow. 2. The brain's problem. The human brain is very important. It helps us think, remember, and move. To keep it safe, the brain has a special protector, like a strong, invisible wall. Scientists call this the blood-brain barrier. This barrier works hard every day. It lets good things like food and oxygen go into the brain. At the same time, it stops bad things like harmful substances from getting inside. This wall is very important for keeping the brain healthy. However, in some sicknesses, especially the one that affects memory, this protective wall can become weak or damaged. When this happens, the brain is not as safe. It becomes harder for the brain to protect itself from problems that grow inside. This damage also stops the brain's normal cleaning work. One big problem is a harmful substance called amyloid beta. For people with the memory sickness, this substance begins to grow inside the brain. It is like tiny, sticky pieces of waste that build up slowly. Normally, the brain has its own way to clean itself. It has a natural system to remove these bad pieces. But when the protective wall is damaged, this cleaning system does not work well. It cannot remove the waste. Because the cleaning system is not working well, the amyloid beta substance collects more and more. It forms into clumps like sticky piles of rubbish. These clumps block the brain's normal paths. Imagine a road blocked by trash stopping traffic. In the same way, when the brain has too much amyloid beta, its cells cannot talk properly. Nerve cells get damaged. This causes many problems. It makes it hard to remember things and think clearly. Simple tasks become confusing. This buildup makes the sickness worse, affecting memory and thinking. Cleaning the brain is very difficult once this harmful substance builds up. The damaged protective wall is a big challenge. It stops the brain's natural cleaning system. Many medicines that could help cannot get past this wall. Even damaged, it often blocks medicines. So amyloid beta stays inside the brain. Scientists are looking for new ways to get past this wall to remove amyloid beta. This is a big challenge, but new ideas bring hope. 3. Very small helpers. Scientists are always looking for new ways to help people who are sick. One very new and exciting idea comes from a field called nanotechnology. This word might sound difficult, but it simply means working with extremely small things. Imagine something so tiny that it is much, much smaller than a single strand of hair. You cannot see these things with your eyes, not even with a powerful microscope. Nanotechnology lets scientists build and control materials at this very small level. It is like building with tiny, invisible bricks, allowing for very detailed work. In this field, scientists create what are called nanoparticles. These are the very small helpers themselves. They are not just small, they are also specially designed. Each nanoparticle can be made to have a particular shape, size, and to do a specific job. Think of them as tiny machines or tiny packages made to travel inside the body. They are made from different materials, but their main purpose is to be very effective because of their small size and clever design. Their small size means they can go to places in the body that bigger things cannot reach easily, opening new doors for treatment. These small helpers can be designed to work inside the body in many different ways. They can be made to carry medicine directly to a sick part of the body. For example, they can be programmed to find only the problem areas, like a special key fitting a lock. Once they reach the right place, they can release their helpful contents, delivering treatment exactly where it is needed. They are also designed to be bioactive. This means they can actively change things or help systems work better in the body, not just carry things. They can help repair parts that are damaged or not functioning correctly. For instance, some nanoparticles can help to strengthen the brain's protective wall, making it work better. When this wall is stronger, the brain can use its own natural cleaning systems to remove unwanted substances more effectively and keep itself healthy. These nanoparticles act like small, specialized repair teams working to make things right again. This new science brings a very different type of tool for doctors and medical researchers. It is not a tool you can hold in your hand, but rather one that works at a microscopic level inside the body. This allows doctors to give help in a very precise way. Instead of a general treatment for the whole body, these nanoparticles can target specific problems with great accuracy. This means that the help goes exactly where it is needed, which can make treatments much more powerful and efficient. It also means that healthy parts of the body are less affected, leading to fewer side effects. Nanotechnology offers a hopeful new path for treating many illnesses, especially those that are hard to reach with traditional medicines. It is a big step forward in how we think about medicine and how we can help people stay healthy. 4. A test with good news. Scientists did an important test. They used many mice for this study. These mice had a sickness that made their memory bad, much like the problems people face. The mice's brains had the harmful substance growing inside them, just as discussed before. This substance causes a lot of trouble for the brain and makes it hard for people to remember things. It is a key reason for the sickness. The very small helpers, called nanoparticles, were used in this test. These tiny particles were special. They were designed to be active inside the body, meaning they could do important work. Scientists carefully put the nanoparticles into the mice's bodies. The idea was for these small helpers to travel through the body and reach the brains of the mice. Their main job was to help fix the damage caused by the sickness and clean the brain of the harmful substance. After some time, the scientists looked very closely at the mice's brains. What they found was excellent news. The amount of the harmful substance in the brains was much less. It was reduced by a large amount, about 50 to 60%. This was a very big change for the mice. Less of this bad substance means less harm to the brain cells and a better chance for the brain to work well again. This reduction was a key goal of the test, and it was met with great success. The test also showed another important result. The brain's protective wall became stronger. This wall, which acts like a strong shield for the brain, can get damaged by the sickness. When it is damaged, the brain cannot clean itself properly. This makes the harmful substance build up even more. The very small helpers work to repair this important wall bit by bit. They help to make it strong and whole again, which is vital for brain health. With the protective wall fixed, the brain's natural cleaning system could start to work properly once more. This meant the brain could begin to remove the harmful substance by itself. It was like giving the brain back its own way to fight the sickness and keep itself healthy. This successful test showed that these tiny helpers could truly make a big, positive change in the brain. It brought new hope for finding ways to help people with memory problems in the future, showing a possible path forward for new treatments. 5. A surprising animal. Scientists were always looking for new ways to help the brain. They wanted to find treatments for sicknesses that affected memory. One day, they found something surprising. This new idea did not come from a lab, it came from an animal. This animal is the llama. Many people know llamas for their soft wool, but scientists discovered that llamas hold a special secret. This secret could offer new help for people with memory problems. It was an unexpected source of hope. Llamas are not the only animals with this special ability. Their relatives, camels and alpacas, also share this quality. These three types of animals are unique. They have something in their blood that is different from many other animals. Scientists studied their blood. They wanted to understand what made these animals special. They hoped to find a new tool for brain sicknesses. During their studies, researchers made an important discovery. They looked closely at the blood of llamas. They used powerful tools to see very small things. What they found was amazing. There were tiny parts in the llama's blood. These parts were much smaller than many similar things found in human blood. These tiny parts were a special kind of protein. Proteins are like building blocks that help the body work. Scientists gave these special, tiny proteins a name. They called them nanobodies. The word nano means very, very small. So nanobodies are very small bodies. They are only about 1/10 the size of normal protection parts found in the human body. This small size was very interesting to the scientists. It made them think about new possibilities for medicine. The discovery of nanobodies was a big step forward. Their tiny size made scientists wonder, could these small parts go to places that bigger parts cannot reach? Could they travel deep into the brain where other medicines often cannot go? This was a new and exciting thought. It suggested a new way to deliver help to the brain. This surprising animal, the llama, showed a new path in fighting memory sicknesses. It was an unexpected finding that offered much hope. 6. Tiny things from llamas. In the last chapter, we learned about a special animal, the llama. Now, let's learn more about something very helpful these animals can make. Llamas, along with their relatives like camels and alpacas, produce unique and very small proteins. Scientists call these tiny proteins nanobodies. To understand their size, imagine a normal antibody. Antibodies are important proteins in our bodies that help fight off sickness. A nanobody is much, much smaller than a regular antibody. It is only about 1/10 the size. This extremely small size is a key feature that makes nanobodies so valuable for helping the brain. The small size of nanobodies gives them a significant advantage. Our brain is protected by a special wall. This wall is known as the blood-brain barrier. It works like a guard, keeping harmful substances from entering the brain. This protective function is vital for our health. However, this same barrier also makes it very difficult for many medicines to reach the brain. Most drugs are simply too large to pass through this tight barrier effectively. This means they cannot easily get to the areas inside the brain where problems are happening. Nanobodies, on the other hand, are different. Because they are so incredibly small, they can cross this protective wall more easily than most other drugs. Think of it like a tiny key fitting into a small, difficult lock. This unique ability allows nanobodies to travel from the bloodstream directly into the brain. This capability is a huge step forward in medical science. It means that scientists can now explore new ways to send help directly into the brain, right to the places where it is most needed. Once inside the brain, these tiny helpers can perform important tasks. Scientists believe that nanobodies can be specifically designed to find and target particular problems. For example, they could be engineered to locate and attach to the harmful substance that builds up in the brain, the one that causes memory and thinking problems. By precisely targeting these specific harmful elements, nanobodies could assist in removing them or stopping them from causing further damage to brain cells. This approach represents a powerful new method for treating brain sicknesses. Because nanobodies are so small and can reach the brain effectively while focusing on specific targets, they have the potential to be very beneficial. They might also cause fewer unwanted side effects in other parts of the body. This is because they are designed to go only to the specific problem areas. Researchers are very hopeful that these tiny things from llamas could open entirely new possibilities for treating difficult brain conditions. It is an exciting discovery that offers great promise for the future of medicine. 7. Different ways to help. We have learned about 2 new and hopeful ideas. Both ideas can help fight the sickness that affects memory. One idea uses very small helpers from nanotechnology. The other idea uses tiny things from llamas called nanobodies. Both ideas aim to solve the same big problem in the brain, but they work in different ways. First, let us think about the helpers from nanotechnology. These are like tiny special tools. They are very small particles. When these particles go into the brain, they have a special job. They help to repair the brain's protective wall. This wall is very important. It keeps bad things out and good things in. Sometimes, with the sickness, this wall can become weak or damaged. The nanotechnology helpers work to make this wall strong again. When the brain's protective wall is fixed, something very good happens. The brain has its own way to clean itself. It has a natural system that removes unwanted substances. If the protective wall is not working well, this cleaning system cannot do its job properly. But when the nanotechnology helpers repair the wall, the brain's cleaning system can start to work well again. It can then remove a harmful substance that causes problems with memory. In tests, this method helped to reduce a lot of this bad substance in the brain. So this way helps the brain help itself by fixing an important part of its defense. Now, let us look at the tiny things from llamas, the nanobodies. These are different. They are very small proteins. Their size is a very big advantage. Because they are so small, they can easily cross the brain's protective wall. Many other medicines are too big to do this easily. So nanobodies can get into the brain quickly and without much trouble. Once they are inside the brain, nanobodies have a different job. They do not primarily fix the protective wall. Instead, they are like tiny, smart guides. They can find and target specific things that cause the sickness. They can attach to the bad substance in the brain or stop it from growing. This means they can directly fight the problem. They go straight to the areas where help is needed most. This direct approach can be very powerful. So, these are two distinct ways to help the brain. The nanotechnology helpers work by repairing the brain's natural system, making it stronger so it can clean itself. It is like fixing a broken filter so the water can become clean. The nanobodies, on the other hand, are like tiny, precise agents that go directly to the problem area to remove or stop the bad substance. It is like sending small robots to clean a specific mess. Both of these new ideas have the same goal: to reduce the harmful substance in the brain and make the brain healthier. They both offer new ways to fight the sickness that causes memory loss. Scientists believe that having these different methods is very important. Perhaps one day, doctors can choose the best method for each person, or maybe they can even use both nanotechnology and nanobodies together. This would offer a powerful combination of treatments. These new discoveries bring much hope for the future in helping people with this difficult brain sickness. 8. Hope for the future. We have learned about two new ideas that bring important hope in the fight against a sickness that affects memory. One idea uses very small helpers called nanoparticles. These tiny helpers are like special tools. They can go into the brain and work to clean out a bad substance that causes many problems. They also help to fix the brain's important protective wall, making it stronger and better able to do its job. This helps the brain to clean itself naturally. The second hopeful idea comes from a surprising animal, the llama. Llamas have special, very tiny proteins called nanobodies. These nanobodies are much smaller than the normal protectors found in human bodies. Their small size is a very big advantage. It means they can cross the brain's strong protective wall more easily than many other medicines. Scientists believe these small nanobodies can be designed to find and stop the specific things that cause the sickness to grow in the brain. These new discoveries are very promising for the future. They show new and different ways to help people with memory problems. But it is important to remember that this science is still quite new. So far, these tiny helpers and nanobodies have mainly been tested in animals, like mice. The results from these animal tests have been very good. They show that these innovative ideas can truly work and make a positive change in the brain. Scientists are now working hard on the next important steps. They need to do many more tests to learn everything about how these tiny helpers and nanobodies work inside a living body. They also need to make sure these new treatments are completely safe for people to use. This careful work will take much time and focused study. The road for research is long and needs patience, but every successful step brings us much closer to a solution. The main goal is to use these new ways to help people who have this difficult sickness. Doctors and scientists hope to one day slow down the disease or even stop it completely in the future. These exciting discoveries give great hope to patients and their families around the world. They clearly light up the path towards many new and effective treatments. With continued hard work and dedication, there is a strong and growing hope for a better, healthier future for many people.